There is something about your kidneys that most routine appointments never have enough time to explain. Every single night, while you are sleeping and your body appears to be resting, your kidneys are actively performing some of their most essential tasks. They are continuously filtering your blood, balancing fluids, helping regulate blood pressure, and removing the metabolic waste products that have accumulated throughout the day. What many people do not realize is that the foods you choose in the final 1 or 2 hours before going to sleep can influence how efficiently this overnight repair and filtration process takes place. When people talk about kidney health, the conversation usually focuses on restriction, reduce salt, watch potassium, limit phosphorus, and yes, these recommendations are important, especially for people who already have kidney problems. But there is another side of kidney nutrition that is discussed far less often. Instead of only asking what you should remove from your diet, we should also ask a more powerful question. What foods can you intentionally add that may support your kidneys while they are working through the night? Today, I want to walk you through 8 specific fruits that have been recognized as kidney-friendly options by organizations such as the National Kidney Foundation. These fruits provide important compounds including antioxidants, anti-inflammatory nutrients, vitamins, and dietary fiber, while generally avoiding the heavy mineral burden that makes certain fruits more challenging for people with reduced kidney function. Before we begin, if you appreciate evidence-based health information explained in a simple way, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you do not miss future videos. Also, leave a comment telling me where you are watching from and what time it is where you live. I enjoy reading your experiences and learning where this community is joining from. And stay with me until fruit number 8, because there is an important detail about that fruit that most videos completely overlook. It is not about fear, it is about understanding how to use it correctly. I'm Dr. William, and I have spent more than 15 years working in internal medicine. Before we discuss the fruits themselves, I want to take a moment to explain how your kidneys actually work, because understanding the process changes the way you look at food and kidney health. Your kidneys are 2 small, bean-shaped organs located below your rib cage on both sides of your spine. Although they are only about the size of a fist, their responsibilities are enormous. Together, your kidneys filter approximately 200 liters of blood every day. That is close to 50 gallons of blood moving through these organs daily. During this filtration process, your kidneys remove waste products, excess fluid, toxins, and substances created through normal metabolism. At the same time, they carefully return balanced blood back into circulation. They help control blood pressure, maintain proper mineral levels, support healthy red blood cell production, and keep the internal environment of your body stable. One of the biggest challenges in kidney nutrition involves potassium. According to the National Kidney Foundation, potassium is an essential mineral that allows your nerves, muscles, and heart to function properly. Your body needs potassium. It is not something harmful by itself. The problem occurs when kidney function becomes impaired. Healthy kidneys remove extra potassium through urine, but when kidneys are damaged, they may struggle to remove enough potassium from the bloodstream. This can lead to a dangerous condition called hyperkalemia, where potassium levels become too high, and this creates the central challenge of kidney-friendly eating. Many foods that contain powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds are also naturally high in potassium. Fruits like bananas, oranges, kiwi, and avocados provide valuable nutrients, but for some people with kidney disease, their potassium content requires careful consideration. Your kidneys need protection from oxidative stress and chronic inflammation because these processes can accelerate kidney damage over time. Yet some of the foods richest in protective compounds can become difficult choices when kidney filtration is reduced. The 8 fruits we are discussing today represent a balance between these 2 needs. They provide meaningful nutritional support through antioxidants, vitamins, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds, while generally offering a lower potassium profile compared with many other popular fruits. So let's begin with the first bedtime fruit. The first fruit is tart cherries, and this may be one of the most uniquely suited fruits for nighttime consumption on this entire list. The The reason is not only their nutritional profile, but also the specific compounds they contain. According to Kidney Health Guidance, tart cherries contain phytomelatonin, a plant-based compound that acts as a natural antioxidant and may support the body's normal sleep-wake rhythm. Tart or sour cherries are considered a lower potassium choice, containing less than 200 milligrams of potassium per approximately 3.5 ounces. They also contain very small amounts of sodium and phosphorus, which makes them a practical option for many people managing kidney concerns. But what makes tart cherries especially interesting is the connection between sleep and kidney health. Your kidneys follow biological rhythms. One of the most important patterns is related to blood pressure during sleep. Normally, blood pressure decreases at night. Doctors call this natural reduction, nocturnal dipping. This nighttime drop gives your blood vessels and filtering structures inside your kidneys a period of reduced pressure and recovery. However, when sleep quality is poor, this normal blood pressure reduction may not happen properly. The kidneys can then experience prolonged exposure to higher pressure levels, which over many years may contribute to additional stress on kidney function. Research has examined the role of compounds found in tart cherries, including melatonin, serotonin, tryptophan, and various plant chemicals. These compounds appear to influence sleep quality by supporting healthy sleep patterns and reducing oxidative stress. Some studies involving older adults with insomnia have found that tart cherry juice was associated with improvements in sleep quality compared with placebo groups. The connection is simple but important. Better sleep supports healthier nighttime blood pressure patterns. Healthier nighttime blood pressure patterns reduce unnecessary stress on kidney blood vessels. This is not a miracle effect. It is a chain of biological support that works together. For practical use, consider half a cup to 1 cup of tart cherries, or about 4 to 8 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice, approximately 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Choose sour cherry varieties, such as Montmorency tart cherries, rather than sweet cherries. Sweet cherries have a different nutritional profile and contain significantly more potassium. Now let's move to the second bedtime fruit, blueberries. The second fruit on our list is blueberries, and this small berry has become one of the most extensively researched foods in modern nutrition science. What makes blueberries especially interesting for kidney health is that they provide a concentrated source of protective plant compounds while remaining relatively low in the minerals that can become challenging for people with kidney disease. According to Kidney Nutrition Guidance, blueberries provide important nutrients including dietary fiber, vitamin C, vitamin K, and powerful antioxidants. A typical half-cup serving contains less than 150 milligrams of potassium, placing it in the lower potassium category compared with many other fruits. Blueberries are also naturally low in sodium and phosphorus, which is why they are commonly included among kidney-friendly food choices. The reason blueberries are so valuable comes largely from their anthocyanins. These are natural plant pigments responsible for the deep blue and purple color of the berries. But these compounds are much more than just color. Anthocyanins belong to a larger group of polyphenols that have been studied for their antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. When we talk about kidney protection, inflammation is one of the key areas to understand. Chronic inflammation does not usually damage the kidneys overnight. Instead, it creates a slow, ongoing burden that can gradually affect the delicate filtering structures inside the kidneys. The tiny blood vessels and filtration units inside your kidneys are constantly exposed to your blood supply. Over years, oxidative stress and inflammatory signals can contribute to changes that reduce kidney efficiency. This is why foods rich in protective plant compounds are being studied so closely. They may help the body manage some of the biological processes involved in chronic disease progression. Research published through medical literature has found associations between regular consumption of anthocyanin-rich berries, including blueberries and strawberries, and improved cardiovascular health markers. This connection matters because the kidneys and heart are closely linked. Many people with kidney disease also face increased cardiovascular risk, because both conditions share common pathways involving inflammation, blood vessel health, and metabolic stress. For adults over 60, this connection becomes even more important. A food choice that supports both kidney health and cardiovascular health offers a significant advantage because it addresses two major areas of concern at the same time. And this is exactly the type of efficiency a kidney-friendly diet should aim for. The goal is not simply to remove foods from your plate. The goal is to find foods that provide the greatest nutritional benefit while fitting your individual kidney needs. For a bedtime portion, around half a cup of blueberries is a practical amount. It provides meaningful antioxidant support without creating a significant potassium burden for most people. Fresh blueberries are an excellent choice, but frozen blueberries can also maintain much of their nutritional value. Many people avoid frozen fruit because they assume it is less healthy, but in reality, freezing is often a very effective way to preserve nutrients. You can eat them alone, combine them with another kidney-friendly fruit, or add them to a small amount of unsweetened plain yogurt if dairy fits your personal kidney plan. Now, let's move to the third bedtime fruit, strawberries. Strawberries are one of the most naturally appealing fruits on this list because they provide sweetness, flavor, and nutritional value while remaining one of the more kidney-compatible choices available. According to kidney nutrition recommendations, strawberries are a good source of vitamin C, manganese, folate, and antioxidants. They are also naturally low in calories, with approximately 28 calories in a half-cup serving. But what makes strawberries particularly useful for people watching kidney health is their mineral profile. A half-cup serving contains around 130 milligrams of potassium, which is considered a relatively low amount compared with many common fruits. They are also low in sodium and phosphorus, making them a suitable option for many people across different stages of chronic kidney disease, including individuals receiving dialysis. For people who have been told to carefully monitor potassium intake, this lower potassium content can make strawberries a much easier fruit to include regularly. However, the value of strawberries goes beyond potassium numbers. Clinical research has examined how strawberry consumption influences antioxidant capacity in the body. Some studies have shown increases in protective antioxidant markers, including glutathione levels, after dietary strawberry intake. Why does that matter for your kidneys? Because oxidative stress is one of the major mechanisms involved in kidney damage progression. When harmful molecules called free radicals accumulate faster than the body can neutralize them, they can contribute to cellular stress. Antioxidant-rich foods help support the body's natural defense systems against this process. Strawberries also contain natural compounds involved in the production pathways of sleep-related chemicals. They do not contain melatonin in the same concentration as tart cherries, but they can still contribute to a calming evening eating pattern when included as part of a balanced bedtime snack. This is important because the quality of your sleep affects many aspects of health, including blood pressure regulation, inflammation control, and metabolic balance. For a simple bedtime serving, half a cup of fresh or frozen strawberries is a good option. Wash fresh strawberries shortly before eating to maintain freshness and texture. If you want to make this more satisfying, you can combine strawberries with a small amount of unsweetened plain yogurt, creating a balanced evening snack with protein, fiber, and antioxidants. Now we come to the fourth bedtime fruit, apples. Apples may be one of the most common fruits in the world, but they are also one of the most underestimated when it comes to kidney-friendly nutrition. Many people look for expensive supplements or unusual superfoods while ignoring simple foods that have been part of human diets for generations. According to kidney health recommendations, apples are naturally low in potassium, phosphorus, and sodium while providing valuable fiber and antioxidants. One important detail makes a major difference. Keep the peel. The skin of the apple contains a significant concentration of plant compounds. Studies have shown that eating an apple with the peel can provide several times more antioxidant activity compared with eating only the inner flesh. The peel is also where much of the fiber is concentrated. For adults over 60, especially those managing both kidney concerns and blood sugar challenges, this fiber content has practical importance. Fiber slows the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. Instead of causing a rapid rise in blood sugar, a whole apple allows glucose to enter the bloodstream more gradually. This smoother blood sugar response can be beneficial because unstable blood sugar levels over time can place additional stress on the kidneys. There is also an interesting connection between apples and kidney stone prevention. Hydration and dietary patterns play important roles in reducing the risk of certain kidney stones. Apples contain malic acid, a compound involved in pathways related to citrate metabolism. Citrate is important because it can help create a urinary environment that is less favorable for certain types of stone formation. For practical use, one medium apple with the peel intact can be a simple evening choice. Eat it slowly rather than quickly consuming it like a snack. The combination of fiber, chewing, and slower digestion can help create a more stable response from your body. If you enjoy cinnamon, adding a small amount can complement the natural sweetness of the apple and may provide additional benefits related to blood sugar regulation. The next fruit on our list is grapes, a fruit that surprises many people because they often assume all sweet fruits are problematic for kidney health. The fifth bedtime fruit is grapes, and this is one of the fruits that many people with kidney concerns are surprised to learn can fit into a kidney-friendly eating pattern. When people hear the word grapes, they often think about sweetness and sugar, but the important question for kidney health is not only how sweet a fruit tastes, it is the complete nutritional picture, including potassium, phosphorus, sodium, fiber, and the protective compounds the fruit provides. According to kidney nutrition guidance, grapes are considered a lower potassium fruit choice compared with many other popular fruits. They are commonly grouped with options such as apples, blueberries, cranberries, pears, pineapple, raspberries, and strawberries as fruits that can be easier to include for people who need to monitor potassium intake. The reason grapes deserve special attention is not just their mineral content, it is also the unique plant compounds found in their skin, especially in red and purple varieties. One of the most studied compounds in grapes is resveratrol. Resveratrol is a polyphenol that has received significant attention because of its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Red and purple grapes also contain flavonoids, which are responsible for their deep color. These compounds are part of the natural defense system of the plant, and when humans consume them, they interact with our own biological pathways related to inflammation and blood vessel health. This is particularly relevant for people with kidney disease because kidney health and cardiovascular health are deeply connected. The kidneys depend on a healthy blood supply. The tiny vessels inside the kidneys perform the demanding job of filtering your blood every second. When blood vessels become damaged by inflammation, oxidative stress, or metabolic problems, kidney function can gradually decline. The National Kidney Foundation has highlighted that the pigments responsible for the red and purple color in grapes come from flavonoids that may support cardiovascular health by helping reduce certain risk factors associated with blood vessel problems. This is important because many people living with kidney disease also have an increased risk of heart-related complications. A small dietary choice that supports both systems can be extremely valuable. There is another practical benefit of grapes that many people do not consider, especially those managing fluid restrictions. Some individuals with advanced kidney disease are advised to limit fluid intake. This can make finding enjoyable snacks more difficult because many traditional snacks either add too much fluid or do not provide much nutritional value. Frozen grapes can be a useful solution. When grapes are frozen, they become a slow-eating snack that feels refreshing and satisfying. They can provide a cooling sensation without requiring someone to drink a large amount of liquid. This does not mean frozen grapes replace medical fluid recommendations. If your healthcare provider has given you a specific fluid limit, that restriction should always come first. But within that limit, frozen grapes can be a practical option. For an evening serving, a small handful of red or purple grapes, around half a cup, is a reasonable portion for many people. If you are choosing between varieties, red and purple grapes generally contain higher amounts of beneficial pigments compared with green grapes because those colors come from greater concentrations of certain plant compounds. Now let's move to the sixth bedtime fruit, raspberries. Raspberries may be one of the most impressive fruits on this list when it comes to fiber content. Many people understand that fiber helps digestion, but fewer people realize how closely gut health is connected to kidney health. According to Kidney Nutrition Resources, raspberries are considered a lower potassium fruit choice and can be included as part of a kidney-conscious eating pattern when they fit within an individual's dietary plan. The reason raspberries stand out is their fiber density. A half-cup serving of raspberries provides approximately 4 grams of fiber, which is significantly higher than many other fruits in the same serving size. This fiber supports kidney health through multiple pathways. The first pathway involves the gut microbiome. Inside your digestive system lives a complex community of beneficial bacteria. These microorganisms help influence immune function, inflammation levels, and metabolism. When you consume fiber-rich foods, beneficial gut bacteria use that fiber as fuel. During this process, they produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids. These compounds have been studied for their role in supporting a healthier inflammatory balance throughout the body. Why does this matter for kidneys? Because chronic inflammation is one of the major factors involved in the gradual progression of kidney disease. The relationship between the gut and kidneys, sometimes called the gut-kidney connection, is an increasingly important area of research. Scientists are discovering that changes in gut bacteria may influence the level of harmful substances circulating in the bloodstream and may affect kidney function over time. The second pathway involves mineral management. Fiber can slow digestion and influence how quickly certain nutrients are absorbed. This includes phosphorus, which is one of the minerals many people with kidney disease need to monitor carefully. A fiber-rich fruit consumed alongside or shortly after a meal may help create a slower, steadier absorption pattern. It is not a replacement for medical dietary guidance, but it can be one helpful piece of a larger strategy. For a bedtime portion, half a cup of raspberries is a practical choice. Fresh raspberries are excellent, but frozen raspberries are also a strong option. In many cases, frozen berries are more affordable and still maintain much of their nutritional quality. You can combine raspberries with other kidney-friendly berries, creating a variety of flavors while increasing the range of plant compounds you consume. A simple combination of raspberries, blueberries, and tart cherries creates a powerful evening berry mixture that provides different types of antioxidants and supportive nutrients. Now let's discuss the seventh bedtime fruit, pineapple. Pineapple is one of the fruits that surprises people the most because many assume that a tropical, sweet fruit automatically means it is unsuitable for kidney health. But nutritional science is more complicated than that. A food should not be judged only by its sweetness or by where it grows. The full nutritional profile matters. According to Kidney Nutrition Guidance, pineapple is considered one of the lower potassium tropical fruit options. This makes it different from some other tropical fruits that contain much higher potassium levels and may require more caution for people with reduced kidney function. The unique compound that makes pineapple interesting is bromelain. Bromelain is a natural enzyme found in fresh pineapple. Researchers have studied bromelain because of its potential anti-inflammatory properties. Inflammation plays a central role in many chronic conditions, including kidney disease progression. Therefore, foods that provide naturally occurring anti-inflammatory compounds can be valuable when they fit into an appropriate kidney-friendly diet. Pineapple also contains nutrients involved in normal immune function, including vitamin C. There is also a possible evening benefit related to relaxation. Fresh pineapple contains tryptophan, an amino acid involved in the production pathway of serotonin and melatonin, two compounds associated with sleep regulation. This does not mean pineapple works like a sleeping medication. It is not a sedative. Instead, it may contribute to a healthier nighttime routine when combined with good sleep habits and an overall balanced diet. For practical use, choose around half a cup of fresh pineapple chunks or small pieces as an evening snack. Fresh pineapple is preferable because the heating process used in many canned products can reduce some of the naturally occurring enzyme activity. If you are choosing pineapple for its potential anti-inflammatory benefits, fresh is the better option. And now we arrive at the final fruit on this list, the one I specifically asked you to stay for. This fruit has a connection with kidney and urinary health that has been discussed for decades. But there is also an important warning that many people miss. That fruit is cranberries. The eighth and final bedtime fruit is cranberries, and this is the one where understanding the details matters more than simply following popular advice. Cranberries have been connected with urinary tract health for many years, and there is real scientific research behind that relationship. However, there are also many misunderstandings about what cranberries can and cannot do. I want to give you the complete picture because kidney health decisions should always be based on accurate information rather than internet claims. Research from organizations such as the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health has examined cranberry products and their relationship with urinary tract infections, commonly called UTIs. Some studies suggest that cranberry products may help reduce the risk of repeated UTIs, especially in certain groups of people who have experienced previous infections. The reason researchers believe cranberries may help is because of compounds called proanthocyanidins, often shortened to PACs. These natural compounds may interfere with the ability of certain bacteria, especially E. coli, to attach themselves to the lining of the urinary tract. When bacteria have more difficulty attaching and multiplying, the chances of infection may decrease. But there is a very important distinction here. Cranberries may have a role in prevention for some individuals, but they do not treat an existing urinary tract infection. They do not replace antibiotics when an infection is already present. They do not eliminate bacteria that are actively causing an infection. If someone has symptoms such as burning during urination, fever, back pain, blood in urine, or signs of a possible kidney infection, medical evaluation is necessary. This is where many online discussions become misleading. They present cranberry juice as if it is a treatment, when the evidence does not support that claim. The more accurate message is this: cranberries may provide modest preventive support in certain situations, but they are not a medicine for active infections. Now let's discuss the important catch related specifically to kidney health. Many people do not actually consume cranberries in their natural form. Raw cranberries are extremely tart, which means most commercially available cranberry products are modified to taste sweeter. This creates a problem. Many cranberry juices, cranberry cocktails, sweetened dried cranberries, and flavored cranberry supplements contain significant amounts of added sugar, and excessive added sugar is not beneficial for kidney health. In fact, frequent consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages has been associated with increased risks related to metabolic problems that can contribute to kidney stress. So, a product that is marketed as a kidney health drink may actually contain ingredients that work against the very goal you are trying to achieve. The potential benefit comes from the cranberry itself, not from the added sugar. If you choose to include cranberries, look for unsweetened options. This may include unsweetened 100% cranberry juice, small portions of unsweetened dried cranberries, or whole, fresh, or frozen cranberries. Read labels carefully. A product with a cranberry picture on the front does not always mean it provides the same nutritional benefits as the actual fruit. There is also another important safety consideration. If you take blood-thinning medication, particularly warfarin, discuss cranberry consumption with your healthcare provider or pharmacist before making it a daily habit. The relationship between cranberries and blood-thinning medications has been debated, and because medication responses vary from person to person, it is always better to confirm what is appropriate for your situation. Now that we have covered all 8 fruits, let me show you a simple combination you can prepare as a bedtime kidney-supportive snack. Think of this as a practical example, not a prescription. Take a small bowl and combine half a cup of tart cherries, a handful of blueberries, and 3 to 4 strawberries. This simple combination provides several different categories of beneficial nutrients. The tart cherries provide phytomelatonin and plant compounds that may support sleep quality and nighttime blood pressure patterns. The blueberries provide anthocyanins and antioxidant compounds that support healthy inflammatory balance. The strawberries contribute vitamin C, fiber, and additional protective plant chemicals. Together, these fruits create a nutrient-rich evening option without relying on supplements or complicated preparations. You are simply using whole foods. For many people, this is the most sustainable approach because it turns healthy eating into a routine rather than another restriction. If you want to include a liquid option, a small amount of unsweetened tart cherry juice can be combined with this type of snack. But remember, portion size matters. Even healthy foods need to fit into your individual nutritional needs. Now we need to discuss something extremely important. A food being called kidney-friendly does not mean it is automatically perfect for every person with kidney disease. Your kidneys are unique. Your stage of kidney function, your blood potassium level, your phosphorus level, medications, and other health conditions all influence what is appropriate for you. For someone with early-stage kidney disease, there may be little need to restrict potassium unless blood tests show elevated levels. However, people with more advanced chronic kidney disease, especially stage 4 or 5, may have much stricter potassium and phosphorus limits. This is why working with a kidney dietitian or healthcare professional is so valuable. They can help determine exactly how much of these foods fit into your personal nutrition plan. If you are over 60 and have not recently checked your kidney function, it is worth discussing testing with your healthcare provider. A basic metabolic panel can provide important information, including creatinine levels, estimated glomerular filtration rate, often called eGFR, and electrolyte levels such as potassium. These measurements help create a clearer picture of how your kidneys are functioning. You cannot make the best nutritional decisions for your kidneys without understanding your current kidney status. Let me share a patient example. I will call her Carol. Carol was 72 years old and managing early-stage chronic kidney disease along with poor sleep and frequent urinary tract infections. When we reviewed her eating habits, she explained that she had almost completely removed fruit from her diet. Her reasoning was understandable. She had heard that fruit contains potassium, and she believed avoiding potassium meant avoiding all fruit. But the problem was that she had removed many important sources of antioxidants, fiber, and protective plant compounds from her diet. The solution was not to eliminate everything. The solution was to choose the right foods in the right amounts. We rebuilt her evening routine using kidney-friendly fruit choices. Tart cherries were added for nighttime support. Blueberries and strawberries provided antioxidant variety. Unsweetened cranberries were included occasionally as part of a broader approach to urinary health. Over the following weeks, Carol noticed meaningful improvements in her sleep quality. Her repeated urinary symptoms also became less frequent. At her regular kidney follow-up, her kidney markers remained stable, which was the realistic goal for someone at her stage. But the biggest change she described was not only physical, it was psychological. She said the bedtime fruit routine felt like something she was adding to her health rather than another thing she had to remove. That change in mindset made the habit much easier to maintain. And that is an important lesson about nutrition. A successful kidney-friendly diet is not built only around restriction. It is built around finding foods that support your body while respecting your individual medical needs. Before we finish, I want to leave you with one important reminder. Everything discussed in this video is educational information based on published research and kidney health guidance. It is not a replacement for personalized medical advice. Every person's kidney health situation is different. If you have advanced chronic kidney disease, you are on dialysis, you take blood-thinning medications, or your healthcare provider has given you specific food restrictions, always discuss new dietary changes with your medical team before making them part of your daily routine. The goal is not to follow a general list blindly. The goal is to understand your own body and make informed choices that support your health. Now let's turn everything we discussed into a simple action plan you can actually use. Starting with fruit number 1, tart cherries. A practical bedtime portion is about half a cup to 1 cup of sour or Montmorency tart cherries. Another option is 4 to 8 ounces of unsweetened tart cherry juice, approximately 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. The purpose is not to create a magical kidney cure. The purpose is to provide natural compounds that may support sleep quality, antioxidant defenses, and healthier nighttime patterns. Fruit number 2, blueberries. A half cup of fresh or frozen blueberries is a simple serving size. They provide anthocyanins, fiber, vitamin C, and protective plant compounds while remaining relatively low in potassium compared with many other fruits. Fruit number 3, strawberries. Half a cup of strawberries provides sweetness, antioxidants, vitamin C, and fiber with a low potassium content. For many people managing kidney concerns, strawberries can be one of the easiest fruits to include regularly. Fruit number 4, apples. Choose one medium apple and keep the peel. The peel contains a significant amount of the fiber and antioxidant compounds that make apples valuable. Eat it slowly as part of your evening routine to support steadier digestion and blood sugar response. Fruit number 5, grapes. Choose a small handful of red or purple grapes. If you have fluid restrictions and your healthcare provider allows it, freezing them can create a refreshing snack that takes longer to eat and feels satisfying. The darker colors usually indicate higher levels of beneficial plant pigments. Fruit number 6, raspberries. A half cup of raspberries gives you one of the highest fiber amounts among common fruits. This supports digestive health and contributes to a healthier gut environment, which researchers continue to study for its connection with kidney function. Fruit number 7, pineapple. Choose about half a cup of fresh pineapple. Fresh is preferable because it contains more of the natural enzyme bromelain compared with many canned products. Remember, portion size still matters, especially if you have specific kidney restrictions. Fruit number 8, cranberries. Choose unsweetened options only. Avoid cranberry products loaded with added sugar. And if you take medications such as warfarin, confirm with your pharmacist or healthcare provider before making cranberry products a regular daily habit. If you want to start tonight, begin with a simple combination. A small bowl containing tart cherries, blueberries, and strawberries is an excellent place to begin. These 3 fruits provide a combination of antioxidants, fiber, vitamins, and plant compounds that complement each other. Then, over the following days, you can introduce the other fruits one at a time. This gives you the opportunity to notice how your body responds and helps you identify what fits best into your personal routine. Remember, consistency matters more than perfection. A healthy eating pattern is not created from one meal. It is created from the small decisions you repeat every day. A kidney-supportive lifestyle includes many factors: regular medical checkups, proper hydration based on your doctor's advice, physical activity appropriate for your condition, managing blood pressure, controlling blood sugar, taking medications correctly, and making thoughtful food choices. No single fruit can do all of this alone, but small choices, repeated consistently, can become powerful over time. If you are going to try a bedtime kidney-friendly fruit bowl tonight, tell me in the comments which 3 fruits you are starting with. I read your comments, and I always enjoy learning what people in this community are doing to improve their health. If you found this information helpful, subscribe for more evidence-based videos about kidney health, nutrition, and healthy aging after 60. In my next video, we will discuss 5 everyday drinks that may quietly affect your creatinine levels, including one beverage that many people consider a health drink but may not realize can create problems in certain situations. I'll see you there.